In the deepest hour before dawn, when the world is nothing but shadows and breath, an ox named Bramble shattered the only light he had, and only then realized how dark the night truly was. He hadn't meant to break it. Not at first. The lantern had been hanging from a crooked post outside the barn, swaying in the cold wind like it was laughing at him. Bramble had spent the whole day plowing stubborn soil, dragging roots from the earth, pushing through mud that gripped his hooves like claws. Every step had been a fight. Every command shouted at him had scraped against the raw edges of his patience. And when he returned to the barn, aching, spent, hungry, the lantern flickered with that soft, mocking hum. Bramble snorted, pawed the dirt, lifted his head high in frustration. One angry shove of his horn, and the lantern burst into a spray of sparks and silence. For a moment, he felt triumphant. For a moment. Then the darkness closed in. With no lantern, the barnyard disappeared into a void. The wind turned colder, sharper, as if the night itself was disappointed in him. Bramble tried to find the barn door, but the ground seemed to twist beneath his hooves. Familiar shapes became hidden. The fence line vanished. Even the sound of the trees turned strange, whispers instead of rustles, breathing instead of wind. He took a step, then another, and suddenly he wasn't sure which way was home. Panic crawled into his chest. He called out, low and trembling, but the night swallowed his voice like a secret. The world felt enormous now, endless and unknowable. Bramble realized something he'd never considered before. Strength meant nothing if you couldn't see where you were going. Pride meant nothing if it left you alone in the dark. Hours passed in cold uncertainty. The moon slipped behind clouds, and Bramble stumbled through blackness so complete it felt like a weight on his back. His breaths grew shorter, his heart beat louder. Every sound, an owl, a shift his own hoof on a stone, felt like danger. Then, faintly, a glow, not bright, not bold, just a small, trembling flicker weaving through the trees. Bramble froze. The glow moved closer, steady as a heartbeat. It was the farmer's daughter, holding a spare lantern, her steps soft, her eyes searching. "Bramble?" she whispered. The relief nearly buckled his legs. She approached slowly, not angry, not scolding, simply concerned, and lifted the lantern toward him. Warm light spread across his fur, revealing the fear he had tried so hard to hide. "You must have gotten scared," she murmured. "Come on, let's go home." And in that gentle glow, Bramble understood. Light wasn't a luxury. It was guidance. It was comfort. It was what kept a stubborn ox from losing himself to his own frustration. When they reached the barn, he paused, eyes drifting to the broken lantern's remains. He lowered his head, not in shame, but in understanding. Sometimes the hardest lesson is learning to value the things that seem small until they're gone. And sometimes strength means letting a little light lead you back. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.